Are you a fan of Sega's 16-bit console, either the Genesis or the Sega Mega Drive? Well, today's show is for you, because today it's the Collector's Edition. The show where I take a look at every single game that I'm purchasing for the Sega Mega Drive in an attempt to buy every single game for the Sega Mega Drive and eventually the Genesis and the world. Stay tuned as I take a look at one of the peripherals that I've picked up that I've been after since I was a kid. My name's Mike, and this is the Retro Gamer Boy Show. The more and more I collect for the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis, the more I find myself running down a rabbit hole. Every time someone shows me something new or I research and find something else about the Mega Drive and Genesis, I end up wanting to add it to the collection. And I don't know what the compulsion is, whether it's just to collect everything or it's to kind of surround myself with a nostalgia, and weirdly enough, with a lot of this stuff, a nostalgia of things that I never really owned. But whatever it is, I'm absolutely loving it. I love finding out about new things that came out on the Mega Drive, special collector's editions. I recently found out from the Unofficial Controller podcast that there was a Paint Pot special edition set that came out in Australia. And instantly I wanted it because it was Mega Drive. I think what I'm trying to build here is a history of Sega Mega Drive, because it's gone well beyond just my nostalgia, just my love for some of these games. Now, some of you will see that I'm sporting a brand new Pixel Perfect t-shirt here. This is my Mega Drive one. I create all these t-shirts. They take me a while because I hand draw them. I don't know how you draw them otherwise, but anyway, I make these t-shirts. If you want to get yourself one, just go to a link which is in the description. I've just added the Sega Saturn there, and I'm about to draw up the Sega Dreamcast and also the European Nintendo. In today's show, we got 17 games to go through and an awesome peripheral. Now, a few weeks ago, I also put out a poll asking you what game I should get next. Most of you, I think more than half of you, voted for Celil. I love that game. I can't wait to get it in collection. I haven't picked it up yet. Although there are copies around, they're going for stupid money. Now, they often go for around 90 to about £120 box with instructions. And I've bid on a couple and I've been to some shops, but I don't want to push it beyond the price because I don't want to kind of hyperinflate these games that are already super expensive. There's one out there for £400 on eBay. And whilst I can sell some stuff and then buy that copy, I don't want to add to the problem here. So I have a maximum that I go up to, which is the maximum I think is the average for a game, and then I'll stop. So I haven't picked up Celil yet. I will do. I'm just going to be patient and wait for it to come along for the right price. But it will be in there because you guys have voted for it. So let's check out these 17 games and this awesome peripheral. So to start off, we've got this. This is the Swedish version of NHL 96. And I have to say a massive thank you to a guy called Raztendo. Check out his YouTube channel. He helped me get hold of this for a really decent price. I was looking at importing this from Germany, and it was costing me well over £100. And whilst it's a really good game actually, it's not worth that by any chance. You know, it's just the fact that it had a limited release in one country that it's pushed the price up. But he helped me get hold of this. And this goes a long way to helping me complete the full EA Sports collection. The only 2 games I need to get for a full PAL EA Sports collection, or actually 3 games now, are the 3 FIFAs. The Spanish, I think it's 98, is it? The Spanish version of 98, the French version, and the Italian version. Next up, we've got Winter Challenge. Now, I have Winter Challenge. I have the cardboard box version. And you know how I spoke about, you know, going down the rabbit hole with this collection? This is where it's starting. I found a variation. I was like, oh, actually I wouldn't mind having the variation as well. Not that I'm going to play 2 versions of Winter Challenge ever. But I think this is the only clamshell version of the cardboard box games from Accolade. So again, it's more like the history of gaming. You know, for this, it's just the history. Rather, you know, preservation perhaps maybe, rather than this is something that completes the collection or even something that I'm desperate to play. So yeah, it's kind of cool to have this in the collection, to see this side by side with its cardboard box brethren. Next is a cardboard box game. This is Super Off-Road. Is it super though? So it's in pretty decent condition. You know, these cardboard box games on any console usually take a bit of a hammering, but this one's in pretty good condition. It's not too scuffed. It's got a little bit of scuffing in there. The manual is in immaculate condition. Really happy with that. And then the box here, a little bit of damage in the corner over here, but otherwise the game's in great condition. What kind of game is it? Well, it's not my kind of game. It is a kind of top-down racing game. I just find the physics in the game a little bit too jittery. Controlling the car can sometimes almost feel like it's impossible, but it's not bad. It's just not great. Another cardboard box game, The Duel Test Drive 2. Let's get this open. So unfortunately, I do not have the free poster inside. I wouldn't mind getting the free poster actually. There's a load of these games that have like free posters or CDs or manuals. And while I'm collecting the games, I am kind of also now keeping an eye out to see if I can reunite these games with their original paraphernalia that came with them. Again, the box is in pretty decent condition, considering that it's what's this? Probably about 27-year-old game, 27-year-old piece of cardboard. Pretty good condition. I'm not too fussed about getting the cardboard games in mint condition. I do want them in good condition. And again, the game is in the box there. In terms of gameplay, again, it's not great. In fact, I think it moves so slow I hardly felt like I was moving in the cars, but it's good to have it in the collection. Mario Lemieux, I can't pronounce his name. Hockey. This is brilliant. I really enjoy playing this game. Really nice. It kind of does the FIFA thing where it's left to right, whereas if you play the EA version, it's top down when you play the hockey games. But playing left to right in the hockey game is brilliant. I actually really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm still playing it, so I can definitely recommend this. I've never played it before, I never even heard of it before until I started collecting the full collection. But a decent hockey game. From a decent hockey game to a subpar flight sim, MiG-29 Fighter Pilot. Now I remember this game back in the day. I never got it, but it looked really cool. The packaging looked really cool. I was really into it. Had Top Guns down there. I think that's a little bit of a trademark infringement. But it is terrible. It's so slow. In fact, it's so slow I crashed on my first time playing it because I didn't realise I was going at full speed down the runway. It felt like I was just trundling along. But yeah, this game it'd probably be better if it was running at a faster frame rate, but it feels like it's running at maybe 10 frames a second. And this is the problem with all the flight sims for the Mega Drive. They just don't run fast enough to make them as exciting as they were on the PC. Ultimate Soccer. It is absolutely not Ultimate Soccer. Pretty good condition this. The label's a bit wrecked here, but the rest of it's in pretty neat condition. Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. I was really looking forward to this game. I love the Double Dragon series. Well, I love Double Dragon 1 at least. It was my one of my all-time favourite arcade games, and I was kind of looking forward to adding Double Dragon 3 to the collection. And I am disappointed. It's not terrible, it's just average. There's some really nice visuals in it, especially you get into later levels when you get into the kind of Japanese type levels. And there's some really underwhelming levels in it as well. But as a beat 'em up, yeah, really average. And that I think, especially with the Double Dragon franchise title on there, that kind of really let me down. Joe Montana Sports Talk 2. Yup. I mean, the third one is quite good, 93. The best thing about these games is the amount of voiceover they've got in them. It's pretty stunning. But I'm not a massive American football fan, so I don't really get what's going on half the time. So I can't say if it's good or not. I mean, I played it for about 30 minutes and then put it back in the box. And Joe Montana Football. Yep, another sports game, and this completes the trilogy of Joe Montana games. Thank God. Brian Lara 96. Again, I was really surprised. This is a great game. If you're a cricket fan, definitely worth picking up. I'm not too much of a cricket fan. I don't mind it. I watch it now and then. But this was really good, really well executed. In fact, you could play this on a mobile phone and think it was a modern title. Really, really well executed. World Cup USA 94. It's a football game. It's not great. I'd say it's a bit average at best. Super League baseball game. This is pretty decent. This has Sonic the Hedgehog in it. Actually has Sonic the Hedgehog inside the game. I think he's a couple of icons in there, and he's in the main title. But this is a Sega title, and yeah, Sonic makes an appearance. So historic, if not just for that reason alone. Premier Manager. I can't. It's Premier Manager. Sensible Soccer. This is a brilliant game. I have spent a ton of time playing this. I'm still playing it. I love Sensible Soccer. Out of all the sports games that I own, maybe apart from NBA Jam, the Sensible Soccer series is fantastic. Really, really, really enjoying playing Sensible Soccer. What a great purchase this was. NFL quarterback, the club. It's not the club, it's just club. It's an NFL game. Comes with a blue spine, which is nice. It's going to be lost on me. Looks like it's got some cool things that other games don't have. It's got like a training mode on there. And the graphics are okay, but again, just find it very hard to get into this type of game. Worms, this was good. I've had a lot of fun playing Worms as well. Really, really cool game. Really cool port of Worms, I think. Especially on the Sega Mega Drive. Had a lot of fun playing it. If you've got the mouse, or if you've got an adapter that allows you to connect your PlayStation 4 or Xbox controller to your Mega Drive or your Genesis, then that thumbstick comes in really handy. And if you've got the mouse, then this game is absolutely fantastic to play. Joypad's not too bad, but yeah, definitely the analog control helps a lot with this game. And the last game, it's another beat 'em up. I love beat 'em ups, so it was good to get this into the collection. Came recommended by Sega Head. You can check out Sega Head's channel in the description below. Pretty decent. I'm kind of torn. I don't think it's a great beat 'em up, but I don't think it's a bad beat 'em up. I am super surprised by it though. I thought that this would be utter rubbish, and I would say that it's half decent, average, a good average beat 'em up. So we mentioned the Peripheral earlier, and here it is. It's the arcade power stick. Now this is a joystick that I always wanted as a kid. I'd see it up on the shelf in Woolworths, and I'd see it in magazines, and this was the ultimate. This felt like if I got this, I would have a full arcade at home. Now I had the ASCII-ware joystick a little bit later on in life. I managed to pick that up towards the end of my time playing the Sega Mega Drive back in the mid-90s. But the thing that I wanted was this arcade power stick, and really happy to get a version of this stick in this condition. The box is, you know, great. Considering how old it is, it's in great condition. We just open up here. Now obviously when we get inside here, we've got a little bit of damage where there's been some tape and someone's written on it. But overall, everything else is in really, really, really nice condition. The joystick itself is in a great condition. Comes with all the bags that you need for it. Even comes with the lead bag, often missing. And here it is. What a great piece of kit. So comfortable, just looks awesome. Really aggressive looking. You know, it's the thing that I quite like over the Mega Drive compared to the Super Nintendo is that this Mega Drive just felt really aggressive. This was a boy's toy. Really, really nice. I'd say it's a boy's toy. It's probably a girl's toy as well. Really, really nice. Something that I always wanted, and now having it in the collection. I do have it boxed. I do get it down every now and then to play with, especially when I'm playing arcade games or beat 'em ups. But a fantastic, fantastic Peripheral. Love adding this to the collection. So here we go, we got a ton of stuff added to the collection. My best buy is absolutely the Mega Stick there, the arcade power stick there. Love adding that to the collection. I was hoping it was going to be Double Dragon 3, really looking forward to that. Unfortunately, just turned out to be a quite generic beat 'em up. We've added to the cardboard box collection another 2 games there, so we've doubled it. So there's only 4 there. Now I think there's 13 in total for the UK. There was 1 released in, no, there's 14 in the UK because we have Sonic and Knuckles, and then obviously there's Bubsy that was released in Australia. And that's all of the PAL cardboard box games out there, so a little way off from collecting those. And you'll notice there were a ton of sports games in this month's collector's edition, and that's because I'm trying to pick up all those games before they become stupidly expensive. I don't want to have to pay out double figures, well, triple figures for a sports game, especially as most of them I don't play. So trying to pick up some of these sports games while they're still relatively cheap. Now, if you enjoyed today's show, you love retro gaming or the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive, why not consider subscribing? You can do that by clicking on a little button just below this video. And we make brand new retro gaming videos every single Monday. And you can be notified as soon as we have a new one by clicking on the button also just below this video. And if you can't wait until Monday, don't worry, because we've got 2 videos over here that you can watch.